want to do another update on the greenhouse project that I got going on. It's my 15 by 30 foot with an 8-foot ceiling, the hoop house. Last video I left off is with the installing the arches. I got quite a bit done since then. I'll take you through the steps here and show you what I've accomplished. This morning I'm going to put up the side walls. I gotta go find me a door. I think I'm going to put a storm door on there, a screen door, sliding glass. See if I can't go find one of those up and then frame the two side walls in. The plastic should be here around next Wednesday, next weekend's project. So yeah, let's take you through the steps of what I did here. Put my purlins in and my top arch up to the top. I used quarter 20 carriage bolts and basically drilled through the PVC electrical conduit and then attached them with a lock washer and a jam nut. So yeah, we'll take you through the steps, show you what I've done. So as we look head on, you'll see everything come up pretty straight. I opted for the electrical conduit. It's 3/4 inch diameter instead of using the PVC. I believe it just adds a little more rigidity to your frame. So there it is, all the way down. My spacing's the same from the center line down to 30 foot, and then also the side purlins here, spacing's the same all the way down to 30 foot. And all I did is I drilled a hole through the electrical conduit, went 3 foot down on my spacings so my arches are parallel and perpendicular to the ground, and just attached them with a carriage bolt. So it's very important that you get your arches straight so they're perpendicular to the ground. Once everything's square and plumb, everything should be happy. But then I've installed, it's a 1x4, and also I attached it with carriage bolts. This is going to be for my roll-up sides. I'm going to have screen attached to the side of the greenhouse so I can roll my sides up. Basically, it gets pretty hot here in Michigan. We get, 90-degree days, 100-degree days. Not too many, but it's probably going to be nice that I can roll up these sides and get some airflow through this greenhouse. I see there's some people that do it, some that don't. But yeah, so from the bottom up, we're going to recap. Basically, I got 5/4 board by 6, and I made a square frame, 15 by 30 foot long. And then I applied my 2x4s that I anchored into the ground. I don't think I really got too involved in those, telling you, but these 2x4s here, basically what I did is, those are 2x4s, womanized, and they're 2 foot long. And basically that's all I did is I beat them in the ground once my bottom baseboard was square, and it just attaches your bottom frame to the ground, gives it more strength so the greenhouse doesn't want to blow away on you. And then I don't think I really did a random number. Being my greenhouse is 30 foot long, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I used 6 of them. 6 of them in a 30 foot stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me. Let's see, I used 16 foot on the bottom. Yeah, I had to splice it in here because of the lumber yard. I used a splice on the bottom, so I got a 16 foot run to the right, then a 14 foot run to the left. That's 30 foot, right? All I did is I took that extra piece that I cut off there, put two together and screwed them together so I can make one continuous piece. Same thing up here. Just attach them together to get your full 30 foot. Back to the electrical conduit. Same thing here. This electrical EDA, I think it's called, or I'll get the proper name for that. Just use an electrical conduit connector. These come in 10 foot lengths. So that's all you do is you just connect them and then you hold holds them together. Excuse me. Back out and get you a shot of the sides. See how the arches are perpendicular to the ground? It's nice to keep everything parallel and plumb. That way your two side walls aren't bowed in or bowed out. I tried to put some end walls up on this today. I gotta go find me a screen door. Without a screen door in the front, I can't frame the sidewalls in. I was thinking about putting a center support in. If anybody's got any advice on that. We do get snow here in Michigan. It's going to run a center beam up and then kind of support the center. Believe it or not, I grabbed a hold of that top purlin there and hung from it. I weigh 200 pounds, so I mean the arches did bow down about 6 or 8 inches. So I'm gonna imagine, I don't think I'm gonna get 200, 300 pounds of snow up there. I'm gonna clean it off there. So all I'm concerned about is the slack in the plastic. If the arches do tend to bow down a little, am I going to get the slack in the plastic? There's a couple ducks. It's one thing living out in the country, you never know what's going to come flying by or walking out. I usually get some deer or turkeys out in the backyard here. It's early morning, so love living out in the country. I lived all over the place, and for me, my heart's in the country. But yeah, there it is. I'm gonna go kind of look at the, I know I can frame in the back half. So once I start doing that, I'll give you an update on the sidewalls. Okay, stay tuned.